I'm Rick Robinson, the president of Franchise Genesis. I've been in franchising for over 40 years. I've been a franchisor 5 different times, but you aspire to be. I've made many, many mistakes in my franchising career that we keep you from making. I was also on the board of directors of the International Franchise Association for 4 years. Built a very large master franchise in Arizona and New Mexico in the commercial cleaning space. It's got up to 230 franchisees. So I know a lot about franchising. My team, though, we have over 100 years of franchising experience. Between myself and Nick, Steve Phelps, and Monique. I guess you've all gotten a chance to meet them. They are wealth of knowledge in franchising. So any questions you have, we are here to give you answers to that. This is a day of knowledge, getting to know more about franchising and the benefits of that, of expanding to franchising. We're going to go through that today. Please make sure you network and get to know people here. We're going to have some guest speakers that are clients of ours, some success stories, so you'll get to hear their story of starting just like you, turn their business into a franchise, and now they've successfully sold a lot of franchises. And you're going to get to talk with them as well, but they're going to talk about their process and their experience and why it was the best thing for them to do. Also want to thank our partners today, guest speakers and partners. They have helped finance this, and they're going to all be speaking to you today. We're going to cover every area of franchising for you today. So everything from turning into a franchise, how you find franchisees, the legal aspects of all of this, how to keep franchisees compliant, run their business like they should, getting your royalties collected on time. So we're going to cover a broad range of every aspect of becoming a successful franchise system. So this will be basically our schedule today, mainly in chronological order on how the process would affect you turning into a franchise, finding franchisees, being a successful franchisor. So before we get to this, I want, one at a time, I'd like you to stand up, introduce yourself by name, what your business is, what the model is, and what you hope to learn today that maybe you've got some concerns about or still have questions in your mind. Want to start?
Wade Robinson, I own CR Plumbing. We want to learn out here is what the structure, so when we do franchise over the next year or so, we have more understanding and knowledge.
Okay. Speak up. I do have a microphone.
Hey guys, my name is Leo. Me and my wife are owners at Anytime Arepa. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
My name is Leo. My wife Maria and I are owners at Anytime Arepa. It's a concept gluten-free kitchen. We're trying to launch through the ecosystem we're going to be learning today. So yeah, we're here like our first day class. So we are looking forward to knowing you guys and then learn about the process, how to get our business to franchise model. We have been 6 years in business. We are from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We have a lot of questions.
Well, thank you for traveling here. Appreciate it. Tiffany.
My name is Tiffany. I have a children's spa at the Mall of America in Bloomington, and I'm here to learn everything and take my spa to the next level.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Terry. I own Artistic Edge Art Studio, and we are a mobile art studio that goes around and does workshops in different locations. We've been in business for about 3 years now and just decided it's our time to expand. So we actually signed on and onboarded last week with Franchise Genesis. So I'm just here to learn more.
Great, thank you. Steve, she signed on. She wasn't too scared.
I'm Dan Jenkins. I'm one of the franchise consultants. I'm here to learn a little bit more about the process so I can help future clients.
Yeah, I forgot to mention, our sister company, FCC, the franchise consulting company, we have a number of them here. After you become a franchisor, they're going to help go out, find and pre-qualify franchise candidates and send them to you.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Ray Weiss, business coach, practitioner, prison minister, new FCC consultant here in Dallas.
Prison minister? Wow.
My name is Walter Lacey. I've been on the franchisor side for many years, been in franchising for about 13, 14 years. Worked with the FCC for a number of years, launching or scaling brands. So great group of folks decided to join on the consultant side. So left corporate America, thank God, and ready to learn more about this group because we intend on using Franchise Genesis as well to launch a bar and restaurant concept.
Great.
Hello, I'm Charles Dietrich. I'm a consultant with the FCC. I'm in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and I'm here to kind of gain a deeper insight into Franchise Genesis. I know what they do, but this will give me greater insight into maybe how they do it. And hearing you guys ask questions or whatever may come out of it, it's very insightful, so that's why I'm here.
Just so you know, out of the 150 companies we have franchised in the last 3.5 years, probably 85% of them have come from referrals. And those referrals come from people like our SEC consultants. So they're out there finding businesses that they think would make a good franchise concept, and then they're able to help find franchisees for them.
Hey everyone, good morning. My name is Dustin Helms. I'm one of the senior franchise consultants in the FCC, and the reason why I'm here is because I want to find the next big thing, the next national phenomenon, and I want to be the first to know about it. So I can be the first to send my clients to it because I'm right here in Dallas-Fort Worth, and we all struggle all the time with territory. People want to buy businesses here in North Texas. There's 7 million people here, and it's hard to find stuff for them. So I want to know what the next big thing is. So I look forward to getting to know every single one.
That's a great comment. So once in a while we will talk with a business, Steve and I will talk with a business, and they'll think, oh my God, there's so much competition out there. Great examples, senior care. I don't know how many senior care franchise companies are out there. I'm going to say 30, maybe 50, I don't know. And they think, oh, it was already saturated, there's too many of them out there. No, but that's what just brought up, happens all the time. Someone will come to them and say, I want to buy a certain type of franchise. And, well, I'm sorry, they're all sold out. Many times they have a name, a brand name in mind, and say, no, I'm sorry, sold out. So they desperately look for new brands that they know they can present to prospects, candidates that help buy your franchise. It happens all the time.
Hello everyone, I'm John Bones. I'm an investor. I'm with Joint Partners Global Consulting. So we have 15 years of business. So we have a very big business community here. We have 2.5 million people here. So I would like to find the right franchisor to bring to our community. Thank you.
Great, thank you.
Good morning. I'm Tracy German, and I'm the owner of K Bar, located in Dallas. And I'm looking, our business kind of we do 16 different occasions, so to expand on it and start sell about slides. And so we probably sold over 3 million slides in the business.
3 million? Wow.
We're going to continue probably sold 3 million slides. And I am looking to learn, because I have a lot of customers who want to franchise me, so.
That's usually how it starts.
Yeah, so I've been so inquired about franchising, and I need to learn about franchising.
So you start collecting your name and contact information now, all right? Rudy.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Rudy Frederico. I'm one of the senior franchise consultants with the FCC. Been around 4 years, 34 years in the franchise space, 900 franchise territories awarded or helped develop in my career. And I just like coming here to support the efforts of the budding entrepreneurs that are here that want to take their business to the next level, and we're going to help you do that.
Good morning, I'm Brian Beresford. I own Psyche Motorworks. We're a mobile oil service that comes to your location and your time. I'm here today because Rudy invited me, and I want to look at how to franchise and not hire employees. I want to be able to let them take the burden on themselves. So that's why I'm here.
Great, thank you. Let's see. So many times when Steve and I are talking with companies that are thinking about franchising, there's several things that pop up. One is, I don't have time. I mean, I'm running my business. I'm so busy. I don't even have time to think about taking something else on. I'm not sure if I want that responsibility. We're going to talk about that, how we make that process much easier for you. Second of all, they're worried, like I mentioned, there's too many competitors already in your space franchising. And thirdly, many times they're scared. They're like, I don't think I want that responsibility. You know, they assume you're going to turn into, you know, have hundreds and hundreds of franchisees out there. You'd be shocked to know that less than 20% of franchisors ever have 100 units. And many times that's purposeful. You don't have to be some giant American franchise system with franchisees on every corner. We get a lot of clients, and they just say, you know, Rick, if I had 10, 15 franchisees, sending me $50,000 a year, I'd be happy with that. Yeah, so you don't have to. So don't be scared. Today, hopefully, we're going to go through our process with you. You're going to learn a lot, and it's going to help ease your mind about some of the things you might be scared about, or you think you're not ready yet. So don't worry about that. We're going to help you there. Something else about franchising that I want you to start thinking about is you don't have to have a perfect system in place. I know a lot of the things that you do is up in your head. We hold your hand through this process and help you get everything down. It causes you to really think about your business more clearly, and it's going to turn into a much better business. Even if you don't, you know, get a lot of franchises out there. You know, maybe you only bring on a half dozen or so. It's going to really help you focus on your business and improve your systems and become a much better brand anyway. So that's what it's our job to do through our process that we're going to go through that. You know, also, if you think back over your lifetime, and let's just talk about business, nothing personal, the things you're probably most proud of are really tough challenges you've overcome. When you think back, what makes you the proudest of what you've done? It's probably a really hard time you went through. COVID. How many went through a hard time during COVID? Everybody, right? Tell me what you did to adjust to that. What did you do to pivot to help adjust to COVID?
We were studying a shop in our food truck place, and it was a constant that someone was developing this app that people could order. Was pretty fun.
Yeah.
QR code for that. We started that way. Basically, I would say in a small trailer, covered with everything electronic. But we went through that period, selling by online.
Yes.
Some of them, came to.
It's interesting. So Steve and I will tell you that we've been running Franchise Genesis, and we created 3.5 years ago, right? In the first year, I don't think we did one food truck. COVID hits. You don't know how many restaurants turned their business into a food truck. I don't know how many we franchise now. And you're talking about another step, that we went from a food truck to just selling stuff online. But see, you went through that, right? And as you look back on that now, you're probably really proud of how you did it. Because a lot of businesses they just gave up. They just gave up, and I don't know what they're doing right now, but the ones that survive can look back on that, and you're going to be able to teach your franchisees how to do the same thing, how to recover, pivot, and overcome those obstacles. Anybody else have a story? Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
What we did in COVID is our space was kind of small. I bought a vending machine. I put cake in it on the outside.
Cake and a vending machine. Awesome.
I started a vending business, and now I have vending machines in hospitals. It's sold.
Who doesn't want cake if I'm stuck in a hospital, right? That's an awesome idea. Congratulations. Anybody else have a story?
Mine's just by being a children's spa. By being a children's spa, we were closed down for 3 months due to it was in a mall. So then after we opened up, we just kind of market and say, get your kids out, they're tired of being in the house. And we just did a lot of marketing and explained how we have safety issues and standards and with masks and whatnot, and it actually worked. I was surprised at the people we had coming to the location. I guess people were just sick of being in the house.
Awesome. Anybody else? Any other stories about overcoming obstacles in your business?
I started thinking for COVID.
You know how many times you've heard that? A week with break of yeah.
Now we have 26 employees and 9 trucks. Because of the culture.
Yeah. Sure, you had some real heart-to-heart discussions with your significant other. Why the heck did we do this? Yes? Well, congratulations. We hear these stories all the time. We love hearing them, even though, at the time you thought, how am I going to get through this? But you did. And you probably added some additional revenue streams you hadn't been thinking about. So you're a bigger, stronger company now. And now, in the franchise system, you're going to be able to offer all those additional services and be able to train the franchisees to really be much stronger in the business world. So congratulations. So people usually have no idea how big franchising is, because you only think of food, right? What's on television, what's on Main Street USA. Let's go through how big this is. So there are somewhere between 3,000 and 4,000 franchise concepts in the United States. Like 3,000 to 4,000, that's a big gap. There's not some central database for every franchisor. Because you can become a franchisor in a variety of ways. You can go directly to a franchise attorney on your own. You can come to a company like us. There's so many ways to become a franchisor. There's not a central database that is tracked by the federal government. So we have no idea. All I know is we franchise a lot of companies, and we have a few competitors, we'll call them competitors, they don't offer half the services we do, that franchise companies. And then people just go straight to franchise attorneys, and they're like, they call us, now what do? How do I find franchisees? So it's somewhere between 3,000 to 4,000, it may be close to 5,000 concepts. So 300 to 400 companies per year franchise their brand. Again, big gap, we're not really sure total how many that is. There's 800,000 franchise locations. It's probably closer to 1 million now. 13,000 to 20,000 new franchise units purchased each year. Look at that. Every 8 minutes, a new franchise location opens up. But you got to think, right? It's not just brick and mortar, retail. You have every kind of home service you can think of that franchises. I mean, franchising is huge, folks. If you see some of the interesting things that we franchise today, when people ask me, well, Rick, how do you know if I'm franchising? I'm like, is your current business model profitable? Yes. Can you teach someone else how to run this kind of business? Yes. Are there plenty of customers out there for your franchisees to sell your products or services to? Yes. Then you're probably franchisable. Let's sit down and have a deeper discussion and vet this out. We don't turn away too many business models. Once in a while, we'll get one that's so niche, that has so few types of customers, that it just doesn't make sense to do it, right? Or the person who would be a franchisee is so specific, it just doesn't make sense. But most business models, franchising is the best model and system to expand your business with. And then franchise businesses employ 8 to 9, 10 million people across the United States. Staggering, isn't it? People don't realize how big franchising is. So, a moment ago I mentioned we have some competitors out there, but they're nothing like us. So, 3.5 years ago, when Nick and I got together, we decided, okay, we want to start Franchise Genesis, and we want to make it much easier to turn a business into a franchise system. But because of our sister companies, we can also include a lot of marketing right out of the gate for them. Make it much easier to get them up and running and finding franchisees right. Nobody else is able to do that because of our franchise ecosystem. So, it always starts with using good professional franchise attorneys. All right, you're going to hear one of our franchise attorneys we use will come up and speak later. I say this because, getting back to my competitors, our competitors, we have a couple out there that do not use attorneys to do your legal documents. Now, franchising is highly regulated by the Federal Trade Commission, and the franchise disclosure document that has to be created, you need to have real attorneys do this, and franchise attorneys. We have a couple of competitors that just do in-house cut and paste jobs using other people's FTDs. And every once in a while, Steve and I get a call from one of them, very angry because they found somebody else's business name in their legal documents. So we use professional franchise attorneys, and you're going to be engaged directly with them and talking to them to help build your legal documents. But then, as I said, then we come over to our sister companies that no one else has. So you met some of the people, our consultants from the Franchise Consulting Company. There's 100 and some across the United States, plus about 16 in other countries. What they do day in and day out is market and find people that are looking to buy a great franchise. After really getting to know this person, what their goals are, what their budget is, they match them up with several great franchise opportunities that they can investigate and buy. They average about 1,600 franchise sales a year for our clients. They're very, very good at that, and you're going to be able to use them. Then we have our expo, the Great American Franchise Expo. I know most of you are going to go to that tomorrow. That's great. So we do 12 expos a year typically in a lot of markets where people are moving to. But people come in, we'll have maybe 75 to 100 of our clients be represented there, looking for great franchisees. You'll be able to exhibit there. We'll go through that a little more later. We also have a marketing division, Fran Adco. We also have a magazine called the Franchise Journal. It goes out to over 500,000 people every month. And it tends to highlight a lot of newer emerging brands that are coming up that can introduce those to people that they may not have heard about, so they can learn about these great new franchise opportunities out there. So every month that goes out, there's usually a theme to it, and so 12 magazine ads a year. Then down below, that little cube, that stands for Global Influencers Group. A few years ago, we started working with professional athlete and celebrity agents. So, after we have franchised you, if you are interested, we can introduce you to them, and they will see if they can go find a professional athlete or a celebrity that would like to also own some of the franchises. You, in return, get to use their name, image, and likeness to promote your brand, like a Shaquille O'Neal. They've done a lot of deals over the last number of years. That's not for all of our clients, but when that time comes, if you would like to be introduced to them, they'll see what they can go find for you. It's fantastic. So this is, our franchise ecosystem that no one else has out there, and we're going to be going through more of that with you today. You're going to learn a lot more about that, and I'm glad you're going to be going to see the Franchise Expo tomorrow to get an idea of what it's going to be like for you when you're going to be exhibiting at our expo.